I have a Snapchat from my best friend.
So I'm like really excited to go grocery shopping. So I want to go with you when we have time. I'm so excited.
Oh! Hey there, bookish friends. My name's Gabby. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Lefty Reads. Today, I have some books to show you. I didn't do a book haul in July because I didn't think I'd be getting a lot of books in August, so I figured I'd combine the months, but I was wrong. I've actually acquired quite a few books this month, but aside from the books that I'm going to be getting for school, I don't think I'll be getting any more. So since this is going to be a little lengthy, I'm just going to get into it, show you the books I've received in July and August. If I have any reviews written for the books I talk about, I will leave a link down in the dingle hopper. First, from Target, I got this lovely, gorgeous, stunning collector's edition of Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've showed this off in quite a few videos already, but I've never officially hauled it, so here it is. I saw this collector's edition in someone else's video and basically drooled all over the place because it's so pretty. I love the bubblegum pink color and this pretty little ribbon, and there's these illustrations on the inside that are just beautiful. This book is just so gorgeous that I want to just caress it all the time. Then, also from Target, I picked up Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I need to continue on this series. I really enjoyed the second half of Miss Peregrine, and it made me really excited to continue on. I just haven't found the time to read this one yet, but I want to. Hopefully I'll be getting to this fairly soon before the movie comes out in September. And of course, a book haul is not a book haul unless there is an order from Book Outlet in there somewhere. And they were doing a sale for 50% off select YA titles, and so of course I'm gonna buy some. And the first book I got from Book Outlet is The Summer of Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Auckler. This is a YA contemporary that is sort of like a Little Mermaid retelling. I wanted to read this for the longest time. I've heard it's really fantastic, and I mean, a Little Mermaid retelling, that sounds so frickly frackly awesome. But I started reading it and I'm not very far, and so far it's a little weird. Maybe it was just kind of the mood I was in. Oh, look, dangle. It was just the mood I was in when I started reading it, so hopefully I'll be more in a contemporary mood and I'll continue on and I will love it. Then I got The Inventor's Secret by Andrea Kramer. I don't know much about this book, but I really loved Andrea Kramer's Nightshade series, which is why I actually bought this one. I know it's YA, steampunk / historical fiction, and it's an alternate 19th century North America where the Revolutionary War never took place and the British Empire has taken over with dangerous technology. I've never really seen anyone talk about this book, but I'm hoping it will be good. The third book I got from Book Outlet is Revenge, Ice Cream, and Other Things Best Served Cold by Katie Finn, which is, as you probably know, Morgan Matson's pseudonym. This is the second book in the Broken Hearts and Revenge trilogy. This was the only one on sale that was in hardcover, so the only one I own so far. I know these books are fun, cute, YA contemporary, and if Morgan Matson writes it, I will read it. And the final book I got from Book Outlet is Being Sloane Jacobs by Lauren Murrill. I actually read an e-arc of this before it was released a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it, so when I saw it on sale, I knew I needed to get it. This book is about two girls, both named Sloane Jacobs. One is a figure skater and the other is an ice hockey player, and they come from two very different walks of life, but they're both really stressed out about their lives and their future. So when they meet at a summer camp in Montreal, they decide to trade identities for the summer. It's really cute and fun, and there are handsome boys. And then I took another trip to Target and I bought And I Darken by Kirsten White because I'm friggin' obsessed with this novel and I need to get my own copy. And it is signed. It is beautiful. Honestly, there's just something so satisfying about holding this book in my hands. Like, it is the perfect weight and size and I just love it. If you don't know, this is a historical reimagining of Vlad the Impaler, only it's gender swapped, so Vlad is a female named Vlada, and it's incredible and complicated, and I know this is a fantastic start to what is sure to be a phenomenal series. Okay, now every time I stop at Walmart, I have to check out the books section, except our book section sucks. Like, it rarely changes and it rarely has books I actually want to read. But over the last month or so, I have found a couple of books that I did want to buy. And the first one is After You by Jojo Moyes, which is the sequel to Me Before You. Basically, the book follows Lou and her family after the events of Me Before You and shows us Lou finding new love and moving on. And if I'm being honest, I don't know that I will ever read this book simply because I don't know that I'll ever be emotionally prepared to handle seeing Lou with someone else. I loved Me Before You so much that I could not get the sequel. And then I also scored the movie tie-in edition of A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I'm usually not a huge fan of movie tie-in books, but I did want to read this book. I've wanted to read it for a while, and there it was for cheap. The movie cover is actually really pretty, so I figured, why not? I ended up reading the whole thing the same night I bought it, and I don't want to say too much about the plot because I really think it is best to go into this book blind. But it is about a young boy named Connor who is enduring some really painful circumstances, and then one night this monster comes to him and starts telling him stories. Connor isn't sure if the monster is real or not, but the monster says after he tells his stories, it'll be Connor's turn to share his story, which is this dark truth that he has never even said aloud before. It's a very quick read and it's very emotional, but I am disappointed to figure out that the original version has illustrations with it and this one does not. In a Twitter giveaway, I won The Loose Ends List by Carrie Firestone. Thank you so much to Jackie from No Bent Spines for hosting the giveaway. I will leave a link to her blog down in the dingle hopper. This book is about a girl named Maddie whose grandma is dying and then takes the family on a round-the-world cruise as like a last hurrah. Maddie vows to live without regrets, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think she makes this list of things to do on the cruise. She ends up making new friends, getting closer with family, and of course, meeting a boy. This seems to be like a hit or miss book. A lot of people loved it, but then I've seen some reviews where people just hate it and DNF'd it, and I've heard it's really sarcastic and off-color and rude, so I'm thinking I'll probably enjoy it a lot because I'm a horrible human being. And the last of my physical books came from Hastings, which is the best store ever, and it's going out of business, which I'm really upset about, but I got some cheap books, so. The first of which is The Rising by Kelly Armstrong. This is the final book in the Darkness Rising trilogy. I read the first book way back in the day when it first came out, but then I lost track of the series and I've been meaning to buy and read the books for ages. And so then I saw this one at Hastings for like $3, and I mean, I had to buy it. If I was planning to get the series anyway, I guess I just started with the third book. I also snagged The Treatment by Suzanne Young, and I talked about this book in my last video. It is the sequel to The Program, and I read The Program a few years ago and I just adored it. I was so eager for the second book, but then when it was released, I didn't buy it or read it. But now I have it, and I'm super psyched to reread the first book and then delve into this one. This is a dystopian duology, though it has like a sequel duology and a prequel duology. So it's like 6 books total, but they're all separate duologies. And in this duology, how many times can I say duology in the course of like one video? In this duology, suicide has become an epidemic among teens. So every teen who exhibits signs of suicide tendencies gets sent to the program, which basically wipes teens free of emotions and memories, and nobody wants to go through that, obviously. So Sloane, the protagonist, has to bury any sad feelings she may be having, but she feels herself becoming more and more depressed and fears that the program is coming for her. And the last of the physical books that I've purchased is Dangerous Creatures by Kimmy Garcia and Margaret Sola, and I am unbelievably excited about this book. This is the first book in a Beautiful Creature spin-off series, and I mean, I guess it's technically the Castor Chronicles, and I love the Castor Chronicles. It's one of my favorite series, and my absolute favorite character in the series was Link. And this new series follows him and Ridley in New York City, which, if you've watched some other videos, you probably know I'm obsessed with New York City. I'm just so excited. I was looking into this series, and there are only 2 books, and there is no news for a 3rd book, but I've seen that the series isn't really complete after book 2, so I'm not really happy to begin a new series that might not ever be completed, but for Link and Ridley, I will. That's it for the physical books I've acquired in July and August, but I forgot to show you guys this when I was talking about these books. So first of all, we're gonna undress some books, because the loose ends list is literally gorgeous. Like this, it's like got a whole separate cover underneath, and it's just so pretty, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I actually think I like this like better than the dust jacket cover, but obviously I'm gonna keep the dust jacket on because I have to, because I love it, love it, love it. The treatment has stuff under the dust jacket as well. It's got this like little tray with a pill. I love taking dust jackets off to find hidden goodies. But that was it for the physical books, but I do have several e-arcs from NetGalley, so I will share those with you because ebooks are important to people. We don't talk about ebooks that much on BookTube, but they deserve recognition too. Honestly though, I don't know why I do this to myself. These books all sound so interesting, so I request them, and I don't expect to get approved, but then I do get approved. I'm just like, shit. I have so many books I have to read and review, but then I'm also really excited at the same time. Anyway, firstly, there is Melody Bittersweet and the Girls Ghost Busting Agency by Kitty French. This is an adult novel that was published July 14th by Book Couture, but as far as I can tell, it's exactly what the title implies. A woman named Melody Bittersweet can see dead people, and she has opened her own ghost busting agency. Sounds fun and quirky. Then I got Resurrecting Sunshine by Lisa A. Kuzis. This will be published October 1st by AW Teen. It's about a guy named Adam who is famous but has become depressed after the girl he loves died. Then a doctor visits him with a proposition to use cloning and memory implantation, whatever that means, to try to resurrect the girl. I've never really read anything like that, so I'm kind of interested to see how it'll all play out. Published June 30th from Avon, I got Would Like to Meet by Polly James, which is another adult novel because I'm trying to branch out. And it's about a woman who finds her ex-husband on an online dating site, and she pretends to be someone else to win him back. This next one I'm so freaking excited about because I have heard nothing but wonderful things about it, and that is Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, and this will be released September 6th by Sourcebooks Fire. So in this book, the main character is a bruja, which means she is the most powerful witch in the world, except she hates magic. So she does a spell to get rid of her magic, and it backfires tremendously. Her family vanishes into thin air, and she has to travel to this really dark land to get them back. Then I got It Looks Like This by Rafi Middlefelt. This will be out September 6th from Candlewick, and it's about a guy who moves to a new town and falls for another guy, but he deals with a lot of crap from his father and bullies, and that's all I could really glean from the synopsis. Oh my gosh, and these next two books I'm super stoked about as well. The first one is Fear the Drowning Deep by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This will be out October 4th from Sky Pony Press. This book takes place in 1913. There's an ancient evil in the water, and it's causing villagers to vanish in the night. And then the main character works with the island witch to put a stop to this ancient evil. I've heard tons of raving reviews about it, so I'm excited to give it a read. And then this next book I've actually started reading already, though I'm not very far, and that is The Reader by Tracy Chee. I actually didn't get this one from NetGalley. I got it from the First to Read program. Comes out September 13th from Putnam. It's about an illiterate society and a girl named Sephia whose father was murdered. And she goes and lives with her aunt in the woods, but then her aunt gets kidnapped, and Sephia finds this book that her father left behind, which is pretty unheard of in her world because nobody knows how to read. And she uses the book to find her aunt and figure out what really happened the day her father was murdered and get revenge on the people who murdered him. Then I got Game On by Michelle Smith, which was released August 16th by Bloomsbury Spark. I've actually read this one already and enjoyed it well enough. It's a YA contemporary about two neighbors, Eric and Bree, who are both dealing with shit from the people around them, basically, and they seek comfort in each other, but they're too afraid to open their hearts to one another because they don't want to get hurt. There's sports and small town gossiping and, of course, lots of smooches. And finally, the last book I received from NetGalley is called The Summer Before Forever by Melissa Chambers, and this book was released August 22nd by Entangled Teen, and it is another YA contemporary about a girl who is apparently really skittish, but she wants to stop being skittish, and I imagine something happened to her to make her that way. But she takes a trip to Florida with her best friend, and she wants to complete this epic summer bucket list and ends up falling for her soon-to-be stepbrother. Phew! 22 books total, 13 of which are physical books, 9 of which were e-arcs. Thanks a bunches to the publishers who approved me for books on NetGalley. I love you all so dearly, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what books you've received lately that you're most excited about. Give this video a thumbs up if you found any sort of entertainment value in it. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on when and what I post. I've left links down below to my other social media, including my blog, Twitter, Instagram, and GOODREADS. Hit me up on one of those sites so we can chat. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye bookish friends.